It's time to begin. Method plays.
Get out of my way. Jesus Christ. Told you, AI absolute worst in this game. It's not the van that's obviously going the wrong way down the road. No, no, no. Oh my good God. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Today, I'm going to start a new series on BeamNG. This is going to be the RLS Career Overhaul, playing a bit of career mode. I've seen obviously quite a few people playing it, watch a lot of Raceless, Justin Rebs, that sort of thing. You know, I thought I'd take my own thing away from this basically. I think I play a little bit differently to everyone else. Obviously they've got a lot more experience in the game. Obviously Raceless, obviously part of the team that make the mod itself. But yeah, I don't know. I've watched these videos. I enjoy the way they play them. But I also know in my own time I play them a little bit differently to everyone else. So I thought I'd just show everyone else how I play them. So I'm going to jump into a brand new save here. I'm not going to set any challenges or anything like that. It's just going to be a case of let's have some fun. Before we get into it, I am going to just quickly show everyone some of the very basics that we're running with. So in the repository, as you can see, I've not got anything that no one else can access. I'm not a gold member or anything like that. I'm using everything is public release and public release only. So you can copy exactly what I've got in front of me. I know obviously sometimes you watch something, especially on these videos, and you think, oh, that's really good, and then you realise, oh, you've got to be a gold member to enjoy maybe a map that they're releasing at the moment and it's in beta testing, and you can't actually play that map yet, for instance. But everything that you're going to see that I've got, you can get as well. Most of my stuff is downloaded through the Patreon, the free area of the Patreon, and then once you go into the repository, if you actually go into the overhaul manager, which is down in more, if you see at the top there, then you get the overhaul manager there. No, not that one. 3-player manager, sorry, would make more sense. I've then obviously downloaded the RLS Career Collection Pack, and then I've got this one here, which is the Career Ready Extra. Got all that downloaded. Got just one mod downloaded out of the quality of life, which is just the power to weight, simple power to weight. I think it's called something like that. It's the green one. Should be down here somewhere. It says there you go. Simple power weight ratio. I do enjoy that one. And that's all I've got downloaded basically. I've then threw this all into a pack at the top. Now this pack has got, because I've got the map packs downloaded, as well as some of the other extra things again that's free off their Patreon. So you've got the non-repo mods and stuff that they've got on there that you can all download and put them into your game files manually. But I've got basically everything in there as a custom pack, so it's got, you know, the maps and everything in there. But like I said, everything I'm going to be playing with is everything that anyone else can access. It's not a case of, oh, you need to be a certain tier member or anything like that. I highly recommend you go out and support Raceless and the RLS team. By obviously becoming a Patreon, I'm not going to obviously say don't. But this is just more so if you enjoy what you see and you've got this game, this is definitely something you can mimic basically in terms of obviously what I've got. So as I said, I'm not going to be going in and doing anything in terms of a challenge. Again, they've got, for anyone that doesn't know, if you go into career mode, if you start a new game, so in here you can obviously select challenge, and you've got obviously all these different challenges. You know, and they vary. Again, they've got difficulty ratings. Some of them start you in different maps. I think one of these here, there you go, Dirt Dork starts you in Utah. So again, I'm not going to be doing any of that, and to do that, just leave it blank. You'll start with 10,000 Beam bucks. You'll be given Chinatown Garage, and that is it. Basically, you can crack on, do as you please. Again, I'm going to be starting in West Coast. Not going to be running hardcore, not going to be running free roam plus or anything like that. It's literally just a case of a very base, simple game. Now, on here, if you may have noticed, obviously when I went to set up It'll show you, should I say, the repo manager. On the overhaul manager, I've actually got police turned off just because I believe there's possibly a bug with the police currently. It keeps crashing my game, and I think other people are having that issue as well. So I've got police turned off, but that's it. Again, I haven't got map dev mode or on. I've got park cars still left on because that's an option you can turn off in there as well. Everything I've got is as it should be, except for the police. So there's no police in this. The speeding cameras and red traffic light cameras, all that still works. It's just the police cars. There's no police cars on the road. Doesn't really mean anything because you're still seeing an undercover car and you panic momentarily thinking, Jesus Christ, I'm speeding, and then you realise very quickly, oh actually no, it's all good, there's no police. So as you can see, this profile here, I was just messing around, just setting everything up. Coming back onto 0.38, obviously it's wiped everything. I took a break from this game because, to be fair, I got so far into it before and I knew there was a new update coming, so I've not really touched the game since. So I'm excited to obviously, especially firsthand, see some of the new features and stuff. Again, I have seen them in other people's videos. Everything is going to be linked in the description. I'm going to link obviously Raceless's Patreon, so you can obviously access the career overhaul, and obviously along with the other bits I've got, there's the career collection, and you know, it's all on there. I'm not going to link the actual overhaul. What I'll do is I'll just link the free Patreon, so you can go straight in there, see the different mods I got listed, and choose obviously the ones you want. As far as I'm aware, most of the ones you download will need the obviously overhaul to be active. All the maps will. I believe the career collection you don't need, but obviously it's built because these are mods that work well with RLS Career, so they're compatible. So it's one of them. I highly recommend the RLS Career as opposed to the non-RLS Career. They're both good games, but there's obviously just so much in this one. So without further ado, I'm going to start a game. What it's going to do is it's going to bump us in, load us in. We've got to load quite a few things up, and we'll go from there.
2,000 years later.
There we go. So we've loaded in. Just cut out the loading time. It took a little bit longer than I thought it might. So don't want you guys sat there obviously watching that for no real reason. Now, as you can see, graphics are absolutely phenomenal. They're not. Again, it's not. If you're watching this for obviously the graphic element, I'm not the person to be watching currently, at least. I've not got a high-end computer that I'm running this on. In fact, I'm not actually running this on a computer. Not really even running on a laptop. I'm running this on what we call the Lenovo Leisure Go, which is a handheld PC, which in some ways is fantastic because it just shows, you know, it's a full Windows PC, but it's bigger than a Switch or Switch 2, but you know, it's handheld. It's very fun. But obviously there's limitations with obviously RAM or graphics. Mine's actually, I believe, the mix of the VRAM and the RAM is not enabling me to turn up the graphics any further without it not being as smooth. But obviously in terms of you know, playability, everything else is still exactly the same. I've got the added benefit, I've got like a controller built in. I've still got the mouse if I want to use the mouse, which I've got a little trackpad here, and I can just touch, hence why the mouse has disappeared. I can also just touch the screen to obviously select stuff, which makes going through these menus a little bit quicker sometimes, but it can also be a little bit finicky. Obviously it's not designed for a system like this, but it does work very, very well. So, I've spawned into Chinatown. I've got 10,000 beam bucks. I've got absolutely nothing. If we go into milestones, again, there we go, there's touchscreen working. Yeah, there's absolutely nothing. Haven't done absolutely anything. So, get this kicked off. Now there's a couple of ways obviously we can get going. I personally think we need to go get a loaner vehicle, not touch our money, just make some money doing cargo runs, or tell you what we'll do, we'll have a look at what's for sale, because you know, there might be something cheeky in here. We'll go from there. I think I won't jump in and buy a car immediately. I know it obviously makes sense to a degree, but at the same time that's not really what I want to do. I'll just scroll down. So we've got a couple of what we got? A couple of Corvettes, Sandshark. A couple of Talents, 4-wheel drive, 2-wheel drive, Piccolina, Pessima, Corvette, FCV, Viviance, and a Corvette, and obviously I can't go any more expensive than that anyway. But I've also got to obviously bear in mind if it's dealer, you know, I've got obviously insurance to pay, dealership fees, tax, or you know all that stuff. So I couldn't actually go out and buy that FCV if I wanted to, because it's just going to put me over my 10 grand. So we've got two ways we can do this realistically. We can either get a talent or a covet. There's no point buying the Sand Shark, because the Sand Shark is not going to be any good for what we need straight away. The only way that would work is obviously if I was to go and do some rallying or anything like that, but that's not what I want to jump into. Again, the way the game plays, driving is definitely a form of skill on this game. It takes a little bit to get used to, and being a little bit rusty is not something I want to jump in and do straight away. Again, these are only 1.2, 1.3 engines. Both manuals at least, so I shouldn't have to worry about slipping trans. High mileage. I do like a covet, but no, I think what we'll do is we'll go and get a loaner from Rent-A-Box, and we'll just do some cargo runs like that to start with, just because. Yeah, I know obviously they take a cut, but I'd like to get maybe a little bit more money before jumping in. We can possibly go get our own Gavril or something, then go get a D series. Yeah, I think that's what we'll do. Right, I'll go into the map then, and what we want is to go into Rent-A-Box, which is going to be over here somewhere. Rent-A-Box, right about here, that's fine, we'll set that. We will call a taxi. Taxi, please. He says. And I just heard a little tyre screech, which tells me there's going to be a taxi somewhere. Where are you going to spawn, Mr. Taxi Driver? You're not a taxi. You're not a taxi. Okay, so apparently I've broken the game by calling it right there. Which doesn't surprise me in the slightest, because I shouldn't have called it there, I should have gone stood on the road. I am just going to go check this out now. I can see him on my map. Here he is. Mr. Taxi Driver, waiting ever so patiently for me. I do apologise, good sir. To the waypoint, please. While he does the world's slowest turnaround. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to sit so casually in the back of this taxi, go get dropped off down at Rent-A-Box, go pick up a loaner vehicle, and then yeah, and then basically what I'll do is I'll bring you back once we're at Rent-A-Box. Again, I'm not going to make you sit here and watch this taxi abide every law in the world, do 30 miles an hour, and eventually go to Rent-A-Box. I'll just I'll see you once we're there. And taxi's just arrived. So we'll hop out of the taxi, pay the driver, and he's taken $50 from us. So we're a little down on cash, but what we are now is outside Rent-A-Box. There goes Mr. Taxi Driver. So if we roll over here, what we'll get is it'll give us the menu option. Cargo. Now it's going to give me all these screens, but I'm just obviously going to, again, anyone that's not seen this before or haven't played the game, you're going to get menus that come up, and you'll get obviously new things that come up every time you start a new profile. A lot of the time you can just click straight past them. This is just telling you what the cargo screen does, so rather than reading that now to you, that's the cargo screen. What you've got here is obviously cargo delivery, car jockey services, which is where we're going to loan a vehicle from. Cargo delivery, you've got a couple of different variations. So you've got parcel delivery, so you'll use cargo boxes which are placed inside or on top of the vehicle or trailer, and you load up parcels. Trailer delivery is pretty self-explanatory. Different types of trailers you can deliver in the game. Obviously they can be goosenecks, they can be fifth wheels, they can just be normal tow hitches. there's parcel delivery, for instance, you know, shop supplies, big post parcel shop, you know, all that good stuff. If you then go back into here, you've got obviously trailer delivery, so again you've got some fifth wheel stuff. There's the large box utility trailer with 1400 kilo of planks, so that's just a normal tow hitch. Enclosed cargo trailers, you know, so it gives you a few different things. Again, you've got car jockey. There is no car jockeys at Rent Box, but basically that's you're going to take a vehicle from this place to its destination. You're going to drive the vehicle there, obviously not damaging it. Material delivery is another one that you get, which is normally carrying dry bulk or the likes of, so moving like a loose material basically. So you can't put it in your cargo box. You need say dump truck to move stuff, go to quarry, move concrete or sand, you know, whatever it may be. So you're then going to load up on X amount of litres of that item, and it'll pay you however much money per litre that you load up on and deliver. As I said, Rentbox hasn't got anything. All we're interested in currently is the loaner vehicles. So again, you can select that from the services in here. If you scroll down to the bottom, loaner vehicles there, or across the top up here. Just grab my mouse. Obviously, you've got these little tabs you can tab over. Loaner vehicles on the end there, so we can go into that. So what I'm going to look at doing is I'm going to take the H series van, which comes with cargo boxes inside, with a whopping 497,000 miles on it. It's basically a 500,000 miler. It's an absolute beast, I imagine. And then if I want as well, I could stick a trailer on the back with cargo boxes, and then you can see obviously they rent a few of the you know, trailers. That one's for loading vehicles up. So again, if you've got a race car you don't want to drive and you've got a vehicle with a tow hitch, come and rent this trailer, and then stick it on the back of the trailer and tow it to, say, the drag strip or the track, or you know, whatever you're doing with that vehicle. Or maybe you're doing the mud drag, so you don't want to drive it. So pretty good. That's new for this update, or I should say 0.38. This wasn't in the game before. Very, very clever, I have to admit. I've hoped and wished for something like this a few times now, especially with the tilt deck trailers, or you know, a trailer where I can load a vehicle on, because trying to find one or buy one, and you know, and then having to use vehicle storage space in the garage, especially when you're starting up, build something that's just not nice to drive on the road. But I've kind of got no choice to get it where I need it. So that's nice. What we're going to do is we're going to select the accept loader. So there's no cost on this, but there is a 40% cut basically that they'll take. So if I go and do a job for 2,000 beam bucks, they're going to take 40% of the 2,000 beam bucks that I make on that job. And then obviously you've got, say, like these trailers that are like minus 40% as well. So if I take the van, and then what we'll do is if we stick the large box on there as well, just pop that on there. Let me do them both. There we go. So they're both taking 40%. Now you might be thinking, okay, so that's minus 80%. You're going to be making no money. As far as I'm aware, now I could be wrong, obviously, but as far as I'm aware, what that'll do for me, there we go. They're just loading in, and just loading again to save the game. That'll be white. Just trying to do a save. As far as I'm aware, we've got, is it 2 boxes in the back of these, or is it 3? I know I ran into the back of the trailer. I think it's 2 boxes in the back of this. Yeah, and then there should be 3 on this. There is. So as far as I'm aware, anything that's put into these cargo boxes, you know, dropped off, 40% are taken out of them, and obviously things in the fan, anything put in there is 40%. So if I go and do something, it's not going to be 80% because I can't have items in here and that have said same item also in here. It's going to be one or the other. Basically, it's yeah, it works out so you do make some money. So if you do go and rent a load of stuff, you're not immediately making no money. So what we're going to do now is we're going to back this up. Now I've got somewhere, just see, I've got this binded to something. There we go, and we are now attached, which is nice. We're automatic. Right, so we've got a trailer and a van. What we'll do is we'll swing this way, and what we're going to go do is go and check and look for some deliveries. Now, got obviously the logistics hub down here, so we're going to swing it here. Oh, it's been a minute since I've drove this game with a big trailer on the back. It's not even a big trailer. Let's put the handbrake on. Right, let's go see what they've got here. So again, now what I've done is I've got the learner vehicles, which for some reason has put me onto that screen. It's not what I want. But what I'm going to do is we're going to go on to facility info, which is going to take us to that screen. Go on to parcel delivery and see what they've got for me. Torres Tires, Nebraska Auto, Industrial Warehouse. So what I might look at doing is taking I'm thinking maybe do Torres Tires, Smash Auto Repairs, and then make my way over to Industrial Warehouse, just because I know there should be some okay stuff there. Now, with the screen, what you can see up here is I've got 640 cargo space, basically, and some things, depending on how much, how big of an item it is, take different slot units. So if we take obviously the tall crate, they use 3 slots. As you can see, obviously when I hover over it, or nuts and bolts take 1 slot per item. Multi-set of brakes take 12 slots. So this one here, for instance, the bolts and screws times 6, is going to take 1 slot for every one of these I deliver. So I'll deliver 6 of these. It's going to take 6 total slots out of my 640. Again, there's 8 of these, so that'll take like 24 slots total. And then obviously 6 of these. So that's how your slots work. Now you get large things and heavy things need delivering. A lot of the time they're large and heavy, and they'll take 128 slots, which is one of those extra large cargo boxes, as you can see obviously on the trailer there. That's an XL size cargo box. That is 128 slot space. So a large is obviously smaller, medium is smaller than that. So in order to move them, you need to have an XL cargo box to be able to put obviously the one item, which is 128 slots. Especially when you get into the game a little bit more and you get your cargo levels and that up, you get to go to say hot rolled or industrial warehouse, actually do them, and you move like heavy industrial equipment, I think it's called, and they're 128 slots, and you can do up to 12 of them. They're really good money, but you've only got say 3 cargo boxes, which means you can only move 3 of them. So right, what we're going to do is we're going to load up on them, I'm going to load up on them, and we're going to load up on them. So as you can see now, I've added up them. I haven't accepted these yet, but I've like put them in like pending almost to say, right, these are the ones I'm thinking of. Now it shows you how much slot space I'm going to be using, which is going to be 101 out of 640, which I know sounds stupid because I'm not really using, the trailer and the van as I should be, and I'm definitely not really going to be making a load of money because of the pricing. That's not my aim here. My aim is honestly chasing the experience. Experience is key at the start of this game for things like this, because you need to be able to start getting your levels up to, especially level 2, where you are able to do better cargo basically, which pays better. That's what we're all here to do, is make some money. So what I'm going to do is we'll do this first journey. Now this route it's given me, you can see the automatic route, can turn that off. That orange thing in the sky there, which I believe is going to be industrial warehouse, it is. That'll always stay, whether you turn your automatic route on or off. This is just the automatic route is obviously what you can see on the floor, and obviously when I took that corner then, there's one kind of in front of me. Now you can have it so this isn't on the road, and it's just those things to tell you when to turn, actually like in front of you. I don't really care. Some people aren't keen on the immersion side of it, some people keep them on. It's personal preference realistically. That's it, we're stuck here in this stupid bloody corner. AI is definitely the worst enemy in this game, police or no police. They just stop randomly, they creep when they shouldn't creep, and that corner in particular for some unknown reason just has problems, but I think that's something that they're aware of. I know Racers has issues with that corner, but But again, among the many things he's got to sort, I don't think that's going to be one of them. Now, if I'm correct, they've brought a precision parking thing in, so me parking like this is going to give me not about, yeah, it's a precision parking horrible. So I made 49 beam books off this. Lost reputation due to my bad parking. Obviously there was a loaner cut and also, yeah, so we didn't really make a great deal of money, but I got 24 XP in the skill tree. Which is, yes, I know we've completed the delivery, so that's just obviously almost welcoming us. So, again, if you're using a vehicle or you've got like a Gavril D-series, so you've got like a truck and no trailer especially, can we back it? Caught the wall a little bit. Let's get that way. If you're using a truck, obviously you're going to have the ability to park a little bit better. I'm just a little bit dubious of obviously parking to get that bonus just because of the trailer. What I don't want to do is be bloody stuck, especially somewhere as tight as this. So we're going to make that, we are, and that'll set us up to go back that way. Let's drop these off. Again, it's not happy, my parking is absolutely terrible. I know, I'm so sorry. I'm now -1 with shuffleboard due to my bad parking. Oh well, it is what it is. I'm just going to quickly jump in here and see if we've got anything going to where we are going. No, we haven't. That's fine. I thought I'd check. I should have checked the other one, but I didn't. I'm not going to drive down there to check that one. So we're going to head down to Industrial Warehouse. Nothing's coming. No, fantastic. I'm going to go drop off this. Don't actually know what we're dropping off down here. Sorry, sir. Yeah, I'm not sure what we're dropping off, but there's 5 items to go drop off. So I'm going to speed our way down there. Because again, luckily there is no place. But there are speed cameras. So what we're going to do is... not crash. We're not here to crash. We'll let this... is it a Pessima? I don't know. I'm not sure what that is. We'll let that vehicle in. I need to turn there. Do apologise. Do I need to turn this way? I could carry on and do that way, but I'll come down this way. Again, driving around, if you take an exit wrong, or you've got the long way, or you know, anything like that, don't stress. It's all going to go towards your milestones. For instance, there's one where, you know, amount of distance driven, basically. I think it's called long distance driver. So it doesn't hurt if you got to do an extra. I knew that'd happen. Damn it! I'm so impatient. Can you wait for me, please? Thank you. I was not paying attention. Yeah, so like long distance driver, basically, it's just, you know, you've driven X amount of miles. So yeah, you know, a mile or 2 mile detour isn't a bit or end all. And those milestones go into your pause menu and you can claim them for beam books. It doesn't seem a lot when you're only claiming like 100 beam books or 200 beam books at a time, but you forget that they're there, and then, you know, you'll remember them at some point and you'll go and you'll claim them. And I mean, there could quite easily be like a couple of thousand sat there waiting for you quite easily once you've claimed them all. We might actually get a half decent rain on our parking there. Let's have a look. So there is always them. Look at that, great precision parking. Look at the bonus when you actually park properly. Fantastic. So yeah, there is that. I'll just quickly click the menu. So go into pause menu, you've got milestones, and there you go. As you can see, I've got a couple to claim. I'll click here, click here, click here. See, I've just made 300 beam books. It is not a lot, but you know, once you start filling these up, and like I said, especially when you forget about them, you can very quickly come back and have quite a lot of money sat there waiting for yourself. So it always seems that, you know, when you're a little bit short on cash, it's a case of, oh, I forgot about them, and it's just enough to get you to where you need to be, basically. Right, we're going to jump in here. Industrial Warehouse is one of the places I do like. Normally some decent stuff to take here, and I always like running this one to Spearleaf and back. normally go down to the docks, which is here. This is a shuffleboard. I really like that, especially as we get leveled up. You can come along here with quite a few of these boxes and do the industrial goods, which is like what this is here. It's like 1100 a pop, do 8 of them. It's, you know, it's 8 grand plus your bonuses and all that sort of stuff. Especially when you get one-time delivery. Oh, it's simple, easy money. We like it. Let's have a look. So I don't think we're going to be a million miles away from leveling up to level 2, so I just need to bear that in mind. Don't want to go back that way. We could do. So if we're going to take those, some post parcels, we'll do Velasco. And do we go do the liquor store as well? Yeah, why not? We'll do the liquor store. Office F is literally around the corner. It is. I guess it's on the way. Yeah, we'll do them as well. Why not? Again, $6 a pop. It's like not really making any money, but I'm chasing that XP. So what I've got to do is got to go into the warehouse and load up these items. Sometimes you do, sometimes you don't. I don't really know the reason why. I just know that's a thing. Just gonna check my this trailer a little bit. It's all good. I'm sure they won't mind. It's a rental. We treat it like a rental. Such a lazy gearbox. But what do we expect? It's got 500,000 miles on. Right, so first pickup will be here. A little bit of a skid. And the other ones right in front of us. Fantastic. Yes, give me my items. We'll make a move and come in this way. Swing it around here. I'll pick those items up and away we go. Just clearing that. Should have one more to pick up down here. We do. Go between these pillars. It's probably a stupid idea to do it this way, but oh well, we're here now. And we're loaded. Right, am I going to make it? I don't know. Oh, just. That is some top-notch slalom driving through there. Right. So as you'll see, this time it hasn't put the auto route on. I think that's a current bug with the game. It doesn't really make a difference though, because again, if we look up into the sky, you can see where we've got to go. 4 different drops, 4 different points. What we'll do is go over to the offices, because they're just over here. And then we'll work our way that way, and then what we'll do is we'll end with that one just to the left there. And I think that's the order I'm going to do them. What's nice with this one is if we just come across the road. A little bit of a skid. We park nice. We should get, although that wasn't a lot of money. Look at that. Made 42 beam bucks just off dropping off the parcels, but 77 beam bucks for just parking nice. So I actually made more money off that by parking nice than I did the actual delivery, which is quite funny actually. I think that's possibly going to be adjusted. I imagine obviously on the you know, the bigger paying jobs, you're not really ever going to notice the you know, the difference basically. You know, of it being paid, you know, $77 on say a $10,000 drive isn't going to make a difference, but I think on those smaller things that's potentially a little bit broken. But again, making that little amount of cash, is it really an issue? I don't know what they're going to do with that. I'd say it's possibly a little bit broken, but we'll, I guess, take advantage of it while it's there. And again, that one. So we've just leveled up to. There we go. So we've leveled up our overall logistics, which is everything: car jockey, trailer delivery, parcel delivery, all that stuff. And then we've leveled up specifically the cargo delivery skill. So yeah, we'll mac our way out of here, and I need to go. Yeah, it's just up that. Yeah, I guess we can go this way around. Come on, slot box. There we go. And if the fan had turned, I don't think I've got ABS in this. I also don't think it's got the best steering on it either. Definitely don't think it's powered steering. I know that much. Just wait for you to go, good sir. Thank you very much. And as you can see, our next drop's here, which is going to be nice because I'm going to be able to pull up and get another parking bonus. Oops. I do apologise, good sir. You are in my way. I've got deliveries to do. And what we'll do is there we go, got a milestone, as you can see in the corner, just come up. So just from literally driving, no, got bad precision parking, but I didn't lose no reputation, which is good. Right, and on to the last one where we're going to the liquor store. Wow, I feel like I've already been there with the way I'm out to that curb, just, but there we go. Obviously not. Just zip up over here. Now again, one of the nice things without the police being turned on currently is, I say speeding. I was not speeding, I was doing 3 mile an hour over, but you know, speeding. It's nice sometimes, when especially when you're going up these hills in a low powered vehicle, you've just got to give it a little bit extra, and sometimes you creep that speed limit, and those police were ruthless, so it's nice. But then at the same time, you've got to bear in mind it's all well and good spinning around the map all the time. But ultimately, if you crash, damage your car, this is career mode, and it'll get you one way or another. Whether you've got to pay a deductible, whether you've not got insurance at all, you know, there's multiple things. I'm going to turn this around because I want to go to hot rolled after we've dropped this off, because now we're level 2. Hoping we'll make a little bit of money by going over there, so let's turn this around. So my aim realistically here is going to be, especially now we've hit level 2, just park this real nice, beautiful. Handbrake on, get that dropped off. And there's a level 2 multiplier, so as you go up levels you get a multiplier on obviously your deliveries, you get extra money basically, which is nice. So I made 106 BeamBucks. So we've currently got 11,000, so we've made 1,000 BeamBucks, or 1,100 BeamBucks I guess, since we started. Which isn't a lot in the grand scheme of things, but I'm hoping now we're level 2 that'll change quite quickly. I'd like to get to 20,000 BeamBucks before looking at investing in something. I'm hoping I could pick up a D series of some form for sub 20k, just because it's our own vehicle. I did think about possibly buying something and doing some racing to start with. My only concern with that is if it ain't particularly great, which again being on a budget it probably won't be, you ain't really making a decent amount of money. So I think I'd rather go down the route of getting a D series, or maybe a H series, getting a van to come some cargo boxes in it and do some cargo deliveries. There's many ways you can make money on this game, you know, even from a starting point. This isn't like the only way you can make money from a get-go. You can you know, just buy say a 1.2 Covet as we saw earlier, for, you know, 2,000 BeamBucks plus the fees, and what you can then do is go and drive yourself to some of the races, and the races give you a provided vehicle, so you're not racing your own car. You can make money that way. I personally don't like doing them like that, just because I want to do the races in my own car. I feel like that makes it more authentic. Now, just got to bear in mind that with the races, if you do it in one vehicle and then you go and use a different vehicle, the rewards reset, you get paid again. But if you go and do the races over and over in the same vehicle, once you've, you know, beaten the times to get the payout, that's it, you've done it once. There are repeatable events on this. Drag strip, for instance, if you just run up and down the drag strip all day long, it'll provide you money every time. But yeah, so there's just things like that to bear in mind. Now here they have got material delivery, so as you can see they've got hazardous fluid that needs moving with like a tanker of some form, or we've got ash, which again you need like a dumper, and they're paying like 37 cents a litre or 38 cents a litre. Obviously we're going to do either of these, not because of our level, it's just we don't have, it says no space, it's dry bulk, or this is fluid, so requires dry bulk capable vehicle, container to transport basically. So what we're here for though is parcel delivery. I'm hoping you've got something pretty good. Heavy industrial boxes, now we could... Now this is a time sensitive one, so you've got 2 minutes 27 seconds, if you click on that, to get from hot roll to here, which is where the city construction site is. Now I would do this, the only, again 128 slots, heavy industrial box, there's 4 of them, so we've got 5 total boxes, so we'd be okay with that. My only concern is the weight of them. They're £1,800 each, which is about 1,000 kilo, I believe, might be just over, and that's a lot of weight to move, particularly somewhat quickly. And I also know that the turning into the construction site is on a hill, and I have a feeling that the momentum might mess it up. But what we're going to do, realistically, that's £4 straight away. We're going to load them. We're going to do it. We're going to give it a go. I'm going to go pick them up. Now, the good thing with the timed ones, as you can see, is I'm not under timer until they're physically loaded. So, like in this instance, I could have just pulled in there, but then I would need to turn around once I'm loaded, and that'd be what the time's ticking. Or what I could do is, as I am now, it's bloody body roll. Is I could pull up here, load up, and what you can actually do is while you're loading, you can rev up, start moving. So we are hauling. Oh, we are very much hauling now, but look at the squat. I'm already going, you see. I haven't had to turn around while that time has been counted itself down. So what we're going to do is we're going to take these over to the construction site. Ooh, somewhat carefully. Now, I don't think you get a bonus for delivering them early, but you do obviously get deductions for obviously delivering them late. So in that instance, I want to get there on time. I don't want to get there late, but I'm also not rushing to get there, you know, in the next 20 seconds to be a minute early. There's no real incentive for that. I don't think anyway. I can't remember the last time I did one of these, but yeah, I don't think there's an incentive, or if there is, it's you know, only after a certain point. So I'm just gonna, don't turn please. I'm just gonna whip my way down this road. It's not a big delivery. It was 0.7 a mile away from hot rolled, so. But again, it's the time sensitive. Now I believe the time that they use to base it off is almost like your GPS, where it works out how long it'll take you to get from one destination to another if you abide all speed limits. So if you speed, obviously you should get there a lot quicker. But I think these are more than doable. I've actually got a bit of time to park a little bit nicer. I'll take advantage of that. As far as I'm aware, let's put it in gear. Oh, she hit me. Yeah, as far as I'm aware though, you could, you know, if you've got a big heavy truck moving stuff, and you're only doing the speed limits, you should be able to deliver them on time still, as long as you don't get held up with, you know, traffic, things like that, so, which is good. So, there we go. 4,700 beam bucks on time. Oh, so we got an extra payout for being on time, which is nice. I've never noticed that before. Obviously, the loaner, they've taken a 30% cut, $1,400 from the total. Well, level 2 multipliers to another 1,000 beam bucks, and then precision parking. Look at that payout. That wasn't too shabby at all. So, they've not got nothing here. They've got vehicle transport, which is, I believe, car jockey. Yes, I've got 4 car jockeys and they've got 5 trailer transports. Not interested in any of them. So what we're going to do, spin ourselves around this way. again, because I want to take advantage of using this loaner vehicle, having the large boxes to, especially like 5 of them. I forget there was a speed camera there. So there's a speed camera only when you come downhill on that junction where the construction site is. It's a $500 fine every time. It's not cheap, and that'll always get you when you've got no money. So just be wary of that one. What I'm going to do is I'm going to come back down to the industrial warehouse. You'll see very quickly I enjoy the industrial warehouse. It normally has decent stuff, and because of where it's kind of on the map, if you've got to go up, say, Quarryside or Blasco City Garage, it's a bit of a drive, but it pays well. Or again, going over to the island, it's a very simple route, but again, it pays half decent. So do enjoy industrial's warehouse for parcel delivery. And like I said, what I'm going to do is take advantage of having 5 extra large cargo boxes to really get the money up, because I know once we've got a gav roll, that's probably not going to be a case for a while, because I think you can get 1, maybe 2 in, depending on the D series you actually get. The bed length. Let's jump in here. There we go. The industrial pallet to Lens Flare Studios. Show over towards hot rolled. Guess that's what we're gonna do, just because it's quite heavy. Yeah, we'll do this one. We've only got obviously 5 cargo box slots, as I said. There's 8 parcels here. We're not going to be able to take all of them. What I'll do is I'll click load all. It'll say 5 out of 8 there. We're fully maxed on obviously our space. That's okay. I mean, we can only take what we can fit, right? I'll back this up. Very well. Come on. There we are. Marvellous. Squeeze through here. Can we squeeze through here? No, this isn't a timed one, so it doesn't really matter how I park. Because what I could do now is I could spend a minute swinging this round if I need to, basically, which is good. There we are, and we're back out of the pods. So as I said, we're going over to Lens Flare, which is up by where we just picked up that stuff for the construction site, at Hot Rods over that way by the suburbs. Now again, it's not putting the auto routing on the floor, I have noticed. I'm not really fussed. You can turn that on when you load up, when you're in that menu. There is a button, you will have to click every time you go into that menu to load up stuff. Some people obviously are bothered or don't know the map very well, so they want to see that. Some people aren't. Like I said, I really don't mind, and I'm sure it'll be fixed, because I'm sure it's supposed to be on by default all the time, so it'll be fixed at some point. Just cut me up, and you're coming over as well. Fantastic. Only you can drive. I identified as a tram. Everyone else is in the wrong. Like I said, there's no set challenge in this series. I have got an idea in my head of kind of where I want to be, and what I want to do, but there's no overall end goal. It's just very much a case of I'm just playing the game to have some fun. I've got, obviously, like I said, I've got things I want to do in the game. You know, I want to at some point go and go over to Italy, set myself up in Italy, in Utah, same as well. I obviously want to set myself up over there. But you know, that's not an end goal by any means. I will possibly maybe look at doing one of the challenges that are obviously, as I've shown, pre-made for us. I may start one of them at some point. It's a bit of extra content, something to watch. Again, they've all got different things. I think the one at the very bottom, the drag racing one, gives you like 500 beam books to start with. You've got a 15,000 beam book student loan that you have to pay off, and you're homeless. You've got nowhere to live. So you sleep in the drag racing tent, basically. I think is what the write-up is. And the aim there is you generally start with nothing. You have to do exactly what I've done and go get a loan vehicle to make some money and pay off your student debt, all while dreaming to be a drag racing star. So I look at, you know, doing a challenge at some point as well, but we'll see. For now, I'm just enjoying this, enjoying the update, enjoying obviously all the things that come with the said update. And I really appreciate what the RLS guys are doing for us as a community. It just makes this game so much more fun than what it was before. Don't get me wrong, I really enjoyed the game before, so put a lot of time into this game, more than I'd like to admit, and especially with this career mod being out. Yeah, it's definitely not something I want to talk about too loudly in terms of how long I spend on this game. But it's addictive, you know. Having the freedom to do basically. Where are we delivering this thing to? Port? Damn it, port. I'm doing some severe illegals here. Yeah, you know, I could sit here and do so many different things on the game that I do. I really just sorry. I do apologise, good sir. You know, I can sit here and play this game for hours sometimes. Sometimes I get a little bit annoyed at it when things don't work my way, but most of the time, yeah. Okay, that's my fault for not paying attention. I'm so sorry. There's absolutely no reason for me to going the wrong way. Oh, and I've butchered the steering. Fantastic. Come on. Oh, shut up. Can you not see I am a struggling person here? Oh, that was a trailer wheel and the wheel liner. Yeah, steering's not great on this anymore. And that wheel, I think, has just died completely. If you've never seen to terminate, why would you do that, you absolute maniac? Get out of my way. Jesus Christ. Told you, AI absolute worst in this game. It's not the van that's obviously going the wrong way down the road. No, no, no.
No, 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 no.
Oh my good god. Apparently we are completely stuck. That'll be why. Okay, well. So close money-wise, look at that. That's gonna be a... Are we gonna be able to flip that? If that works. I don't know where the cargo is. It doesn't matter, look how absolutely ruined these wheels are. We're gonna have to cancel this. What a shame. And I can't tow it either. So what we'll do is we'll turn it. yeah, I know it was damaged, so I've lost reputation, and we're going to jump in the trailer and also return this as well. I do apologise to everyone, basically. I shouldn't have been damaging your stuff. I have done. But, you know, I blame the AI, if you want me to be honest. Are you going to let me return this, please? There we go. And I'm now going to get done $677 because I threw the cargo away. So, that leaves us with 18,174. So, that is a little bit less than I wanted. But then at the same time, ow. There was no need for that, good sir. I am just in the road. A little bit less than what I wanted. Just get out of the way. But realistically, we should be able to do what I want to do with that. So I think I'll call the video here, guys. Well, we'll finish with a nice view of the amazing sea. Port's just over there. Yeah, we'll watch some of these cars come past. But yeah. Enjoyed the video, guys. Give it a like and a thumbs up and a comment, and I'll see you in the next one.